Hey YouTube, back again with another video. I just wanted to do a quick video basically talking about some of the things, negativity a lot toward naturals. I believe, being natural has definitely been uplifting and also a confidence builder to the women who are going through it and doing it, and also a learning process. I think it's definitely a learning process because many women who are going natural, no matter what nationality, may Hispanic or African American or black, I believe that to be able to handle your natural hair in its state is something that is priceless. Nobody can give that experience to you but yourself. It's almost a year next month, and I have had a lot of pros, which my experiences have been, they've been people coming up and wanting to know why you were doing it, which, when you think about it, is quite silly because it's you. This is what you were born with. Or why did you choose not to continue to relax your hair? And even other, black women try to understand, like, what is it hard to? Is it high maintenance? I said no, not necessarily. If you feel, if you understand your hair and you get to know it, you have a more, I know this is silly to say, but a more intimate relationship. You know what your hair needs. You know what works for your hair. You know what you probably need to change up for next time, the feel of it, whether the ends need to be clipped. It's a difference of when you get to the bottom of the hair, whether or not. You learn your hair. I believe when it's in its relaxed state, you may suffer from dry, or you may need your end clips or something like that, but you don't really have that big of a issue when it comes to how deep of an understanding you do need to have, like, so far as moisture, and it's totally different. You don't have to worry about the pool, just make sure you have your leave-in conditioner and you're good to go. It's not something that you have to run through the rain about. I enjoy walking through the rain now. It's totally different than before because you're trying to run away from the natural elements so that you can remain unnatural. Does that make sense to you? Makes sense to me. So I really kind of want to be able to understand a little bit more about why is it so negative for a woman, a black woman or Hispanic woman, to be in her natural state. I believe, we adapted this hair. When I say we, I mean people of African ancestry. And that means Puerto Rican and Cuban too. There are Hispanic nationalities who have African heritage too as well, to contribute to the curl of their hair or their texture too as well. We adapted this hair for a reason. It was survival. When you look at the process of when they say everybody was originating from Africa, or the first man was from Africa, and we originated from there and migrated out to the places where they currently are living, such as Asia and Europe and such places like that. You really have to kind of look at it like we adapted this because we were able to stand those hot temperatures. We didn't go anywhere. We stayed right there, and we adapted. Our bodies did to our natural environments. And so I believe it's a beautiful thing, and I think that it should be embraced rather than skepticized against. Such as, like, well, you don't want to show. You should be ashamed of your hair. You should not have it in its natural state. I've been called kuta by shop owners before who did not know not only the products they were selling, but they as well too were not very knowledgeable about African American hair, unless you were getting a 10-inch or a relaxer of some sort, chemical, or what you need to put your eyelashes on or whatever, weren't really knowledgeable. And I think here in the Midwest, There's a lot of that around the St. Louis area. I've been living here for a while. When I mean while, I mean over 15 years. And you have to, when you have multiple stores in black neighborhoods, I believe you should be able to tell and also be able to be knowledgeable about what you're selling, especially if it's chemicals and they are potentially harmful to the not the producer, the customers. So we have that. You know, I'm looking at this from a broader aspect. Natural hair, or having natural hair and being able to maintain natural hair, has as well too. You know, you've had to what's the word? You've had to open your eyes to understand different things. You know, what area you live in, how easily are the items to access. I believe one of my friends on YouTube, his name is Dread Update, has a really hard time getting certain products in the country that he lives in, primarily because it's a need thing. If there's no need for it, there's no supply for it. You know, specifically, there's supply and demand. There's no demand for it, there's no supply. And I'm very happy that he's been able to be helped out in that factor. You know, to be able to get the products he needs to take care of his dreads, you know. But I just feel as if, too, you know, there are so many people that I wish their eyes were more open to understand how assimilation, because it is assimilating to me. You're trying to fit into something, or you're trying to cover yourself to make it look like something else. And I hate to say it, you could say it's manageability all day, which on some parts it may be manageability for some people. But at the same time, I also see that it's a cover-up to say, well, I have bad hair or I have nappy hair, and I have to have it covered up to be able to be accepted in the workplace, or let it be professional. And so those are things that I feel like are so and definitely wrong. Like back in the days, 60s and the 70s, would they hire a black person who did not have relaxed hair? Because I've heard of people saying, well, if you're relaxed, white people relax or something like that. And so I didn't understand that. But when you start looking at it, you know, as people older too, like around their 60s and their 50s, they understood what happened back there about the being able to pass and all this, you know, horrible cover-up type stuff that happened. Nowadays we have the bleaching of the skin bleaching. I mean, and women bleaching their kids. It is a really bad sickness, but you did on the other time, you have people who, it is unhealthy, the bleaching of the skin to an extent where it becomes an addiction. You know, and then you have the other side where people are tanning and they're burning themselves to be darker, and they're getting lipo and they're getting Botox. And I'm like, well, not lipo. Lipo's something for stomach, I think. But, you know, it's all flipped around and it's really gotten crazy. That's my point of view. I mean, you can sit here and tell me all day that it's what they choose to do. Yes, but what is the reason behind it? What is the reasoning behind it? You know, there's a reason behind why we do things. I mean, could it be the influence of TV? Could it be the influence of the economy, the popular culture, what's going on now? Chicks trying to run around and look like Snooki. I mean, she may be a great, you know, reality show host, but what type of model are we setting for our children? This is the way you need to look in order to get attention and be accepted and be popular. I believe that self-confidence runs a long way when it comes, and also self-esteem. Self-esteem runs a long way. And I'm not just talking about natural hair. I'm talking about accepting yourself, period. If you have a long nose or a short nose or a stout nose or whatever, it's about that self-love. And I think, you know, having natural hair, even when they say women that they're more confident in themselves, they're confident for that reason, because they were able to grasp themselves. And I'm saying not every natural woman, because some people probably like, ooh, I hate my hair, I don't like my hair. But when you're taught from a very young age that your hair is not acceptable and that it's not considered okay. And you need to change this about yourself to be accepted or to look acceptable. And you get some, oh, you look so pretty, oh, look at all this thick hair. And then 2 or 3 years later, at the age of 7 or 8, your stuff's falling out. But you continue getting the relaxers. You continue getting the relaxer. Or you get braids to give your hair a break, so to speak. Break from what? Do you have to have a break from being natural? If any woman out there has ever had to take a break from being natural because it was starting to break their hair off, please inbox me and let me know, because I really don't know if anyone, if you ever needed a break for a 7 or 8 year old from getting a relaxer to do braids, and you know, back in the day, 90s, early 90s, dookie braids were the hit with the little crown balls, like golden balls at the end of them, the big fat ones, or the pixies, you know, we turned to that because our hair was either falling out or we wanted another style or our hair needed a break. Why is this so a major issue? Why are we teaching our children this? That's why I was, when you really kind of open up your eyes and understand, you know, the whole kind of grandfather behind it, it's sad. It really is sad, you know. But we start from this day, we move on. We're not ashamed of ourselves. We are accepting ourselves. We are, not to say that women that are relaxed aren't accepting themselves, but have they ever had a chance to deal with their hair naturally? It's an experience. Like I said, nobody else can give to you except for you. There's a personal decision. It's a personal choice. If you are looking for a healthier lifestyle, you may look into trying to, you know, stop with the chemicals. There are so many other chemicals in our stuff as it is. I mean, we're looking at our plastics, what we feed our kids, the bottles, BPA now. You know, they say no BPA. And some people are like, what is BPA? Realizing that there's toxins that are in our child's drinking cups and plastic drinking cups and stuff. They've been selling that for years and wondering why children are getting sick, or selling lead jewelry in some of these beauty supply stores. Cheap jewelry for the beauty supply that has lead and nickel in it, which is, you know, lead with children don't mix. That's why they have a precautionary statement now, not for use under children of the age of 12. Now they do, because of deaths. These are things that I feel like we really need to look at. Period. No matter if you're natural or relaxed. Period. The things that we are having in our food now. We talk about MSG, monosodium glutamate. We talk about different things that, you know, food addictions and such. We talk about these things because primarily they are a problem. And I don't feel like it's even being looked at. Relaxing is just part of it. That has been, okay, this is taught young. You do this to your hair. And if it falls out, we'll put braids in it and give it a break. Okay, you have a bald spot, I'm pretty sure, right? But alopecia is set in. That's forced alopecia at a very young age. The hair follicles aren't even really matured yet. What are we doing? So, self-love and awareness, I believe, plays a big part in being able to have a brighter future, a healthier future, healthier children, awareness. So, I'm going to end the video here. I feel like I've basically ranted enough, but I wanted to get my thoughts out about a lot of the things that I'm seeing now. Awareness, not only about relaxing and accepting your natural self or what we eat in our foods, but I'm talking about chemicals and stuff that we use for our hair or stuff that we use in our bodies that can you know, base some of the problems that we have, like severe headaches and skin rashes from simple things that are in our body wash or whatever. But inbox me, do some research too as well. Researching helps. It helps you better understand something than taking somebody's word for it. Research for yourself. That's all I'm going to say now. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys comment, rate, subscribe, inbox me a question or write a question down below and let me know what do you think about this. Do you think this is something just like, oh, it's no big deal? The government knows what they're doing. We trust them. Alright, so comment, rate, subscribe. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.